Hello and welcome to Fussback. Today I'm going to be filling you in on all the things I've been up to and also giving you a little garden tour as we come to the end of summer here in beautiful Wales. So I've recently been on a few trips. Now it's quite hard to actually escape this area because it's so lovely. You're driving along and wow, there's a sunrise. You've got to stop and see that. Then there are a few buzzards. When you're driving to the train station, you might see an amazing plant that you want to stop and appreciate. Now I must admit, this has never been one of my most favourite plants. It's a bit too bling even for me. But just seeing the bees so happily feeding on the nectar just made me think, yeah, one I'd like to have here. Eventually, I did manage to catch the train and went past the amazing Dyfi Estuary and had to take a little video of that. My destination was Sheffield, and I wasn't expecting much when it comes to plants, but I was pleasantly surprised to find loads of little parks all over the city. After Sheffield, I carried on to visit my parents in North Hertfordshire. Now, I just had to share this video of a squirrel. And you might think, well, squirrel, what's so exciting about that, Lewis? Well, let me tell you, the squirrels in North Hertfordshire are all black. So most of us in the UK are familiar with the grey squirrels, which actually came over from America. And we have our native red squirrels, which are, I don't think I've ever seen one, they're that rare. But yeah, the ones in North Hertfordshire, I have no idea why. I will try and look it up, but they are all black. Have a look. I think they look great. Anyway, before we get going on the garden tour outside, let's go inside and have a look at the houseplants. So the reason for coming in and showing you the houseplants is this little fella. It's called Begonia hatacoa silva, and recently it flowered. Quite a few of my houseplants are having a little summer holiday outside, so over the next few months as the weather cools, I'll be bringing them back into the bathroom here. Okay, let's go and have a look in the barn and see how the tomatoes are doing. So the tomatoes are doing really well. This one's even higher than me, although that doesn't take much, I'm quite short. And they've got lots of trusses with flowers on. Not so many tomatoes as yet. There's one over there, which I'll show you in a minute. So I've been tying them into the canes as they grow and also picking out these little bits here. So when you get a little shoot coming out between the stem and the leaves, you want to just pinch that out like so. You might also notice that there is some powdery stuff on the leaves. Now that is called, I'm trying to remember the name, diatomous earth, and basically had a little bit of a problem with whitefly, so I sprinkled some of that on and it's meant to help with that. And to be honest, I haven't seen any more whitefly since I've been using it, so yeah, should be doing the job. Okay, let me show you that the one tomato. And here it is. It's not quite ripe yet, but it's a black variety, so the top bit is going to stay this lovely dark colour and the bottom part will hopefully go red and I'll be able to enjoy it. So far just the one tomato. When you come in through the gate, you're welcomed by this beautiful anemone. And behind it there are some elderberries. Next to it there's this buddleia, and this is a great buddleia as it's got kind of two colours to it. The centre is a lovely orange and then you've got the usual purple around the outside, and it is absolutely covered in butterflies. a sedum here. Along with the buddleia, there are a few other shrubs along the back here. And then we get to this amazing sanguisorba, lilac squirrel. It's just coming to the end now, so the pink flowers have faded, but there are a couple here that are that wonderful magenta. And yeah, give you an idea of how it was looking a few weeks back. Again, the bees seem to like this one too. It's starting to get warm now, so I've taken my jumper off. Right, next to the sanguisorba, we have a wonderful oregano, and it is absolutely covered in bees. Nestled in there, there's what's it called, Dianthus, rocking robin. And then this is the pear tree. If you saw one of my earlier videos that we dug up from the area where the digger was going to go. And it's doing surprisingly well, which I'm pleased to say. So there's lots of pots around the place. I'll explain why in a bit, but just to show you a couple of ones. This Aeonium is spectacular. I'm just loving that. And then some more over here. Love a little geranium. And then here is that gunnera I dug up. That, well, the one that I wasn't sure if it was a big stick or a gunnera root. And it was a gunnera root. And if we just come around here, you'll see some lovely fuchsia flowers. There's also been a little bit of landscaping work going on. The patio previously ended here, and we've brought it back to here and started on some steps going down to meet the path that's lower down leading to the bridge there. And yeah, hopefully there'll be another little patio bit here and some steps going up to the side there leading up to the car park. Coming along the path, we've got this wild rocket that is a spring flower really, and when it finished flowering I cut it back to its base and it sent up some fresh flowers, so yeah, really pleased about that. Next to it there's a little oh, might be a Rudbeckia, might be something else, I'll put a name below, but it's a lovely bright yellow flower, a little bit nibbled around the edges but still looking good, and the leaves on this one are kind of mottled with yellow. Still in two minds. I'm not sure if I like it or if I think it looks a little bit unwell. Maybe when the plant's a bit bigger and has filled out more, I will make my decision. For now though, I'm happy with it. And then on the other side, how could I walk past this? It is an amazing Thalictrum. And if I had to pick one favourite flower, this would definitely be up there. Beneath it we have a white borage. And if you weren't aware, borage flowers are edible and they have a nice little cucumbery-like taste to them. They are actually nice. And interestingly enough, I planted some seeds here about, gosh, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and they have migrated all the way over into the far field. Not sure if you can see that, but I'll take you over and show you them a little bit later. Right, carrying on, what do we have? Oh, a lovely geranium, Derek something. And ginger that's coming along there, hopefully will flower. And then this great big mound of Persicaria, which, if I'm being honest, is a little bit out of hand, but it's so great that you kind of have to love it. In the bed in front of the house, there's this lovely white anemone. Behind it, there's the geranium phaeum, which I cut back after flowering the first time, and hopefully I'll get another round of blooms before the end of the summer. And then next to the geranium, we have the echinops. And yeah, that's also looking lovely. Taplow blue, and the bees are loving it. And then just over here, we have a wonderful plant that's like a smaller flowered brugmansia. And again, the bees like that one. And yeah, it's been flowering all summer long. It's been spectacular. This banana is looking lovely. So the area behind me was previously filled with plant pots. There's still a few plant pots there, but I've done a really good job of clearing them all, having a good sort, getting rid of the things that had died. And yeah, now the area is a lot clearer, and the plan is to put a new bed down there. But that's been the plan for the last few months. I think that's going to be a job for the winter. Next to me, we've got this blueberry here, which, yeah, let's try one. Bit sour. I have heard that you're meant to leave them on as long as possible if you can get them before the birds do, and then they do get a bit sweeter if you leave them. That one was a bit better. Then it's over to the pond. I think I've said before that my favourite part of the garden is this, the area around the pond. There's so many lovely things to show you. Let's start off with this purple loosestrife. Purple loosestrife is a great plant because it can grow happily in a border as long as the soil is a bit damp, but it also grows fine as a pond plant in the water. So that's wonderful. And I really like the way the purple picks up on the purple of this primula there. Following the bed around the stream, we have this, it's like kind of lady's mantle, except for it doesn't have the round leaves. It has these little leaves with lobes on, which look really delightful. Next to it, we have this lovely sanguisorba. It's just going over now, but it looks lovely when it's in flower. And the leaves, even without the flowers, the leaves have this little pale edge to them, which is really nice. Over here there's another anemone, and I really like this one because the front is white and the back part is purple. Then there's a Bistorta over here with bright, kind of a scarlety purple colour to the flowers, which looks lovely. And I didn't realise that it was flowering until I just got close to it now. And then, wow, what's not to love about this hydrangea, limelight? Absolutely beautiful. And then there's the pond itself, which, okay, it is suffering from a little bit of pondweed. The lilies are looking lovely. And the four-leaf clover is amazing. And then, of course, there's the rheum there at the back, which does steal the show. And another little geranium there, which is also looking lovely. Okay, let's go into the field and have a look at all the work that's been going on there. Over on this side of the stream, we've continued to flatten out this area, and I think I've mentioned before, I've got grand plans of what I'm going to do here, but I'm keeping that under wraps for now. Then this wall has been continued along here and over here as well. So this old tree trunk is going to hold one side of a hammock. The other side will be strung up to the tree there. And this is going to be a lovely place to sit. Got some stepping stones here. I'm going to put them, I think, just around here, leading up to the hammock. And then once that's done, I can get this whole area planted up. Right, now I want to show you where all the soil that we've moved from here has gone. But first, let's go over there and have a look at the borage I mentioned earlier. Here. So this is the borage that has somehow made its way all the way from the cottage over to the middle of the field. Probably a bird, most likely. But yeah, it's growing happily here, and there's also some of the self-sown kale. There's a little video about that elsewhere on the channel, check that out. And some hemp agrimony, which is adored by bees. So quite happy that that's self-seeded here as well. So it's great. Sometimes you don't need to garden, it just does it for you. Okay, last thing, where has all the soil gone? So the digger brought it all up here and levelled it out in a sort of semicircle. The reason being is that behind me is a small little boggy pond. So the hope is that we can turn this into a really decent size, well, it's not really a pond, it's going to be a pool. Realistically though, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to afford all the clay to line it and the labour to get it done. So I might try the old crowdfunding to try and get this done. I always feel a little bit, what's the word? Wary of crowdfunding, because I kind of think like, why should someone else pay for something for me? But I feel like this is going to be for nature. This will be here long after I've died. We'll potentially have lots of birds coming in using it, loads of wildlife will benefit. So yeah, I don't feel so bad going that route. So yeah, if anyone's ever tried that before, crowdfunding, put a comment below, because I'd be keen to hear about your experiences and whether or not it actually works. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.